one. Nope. Go. Looks like you haven't set. Why am I going live? I don't want to go live. Record. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it is Torbran for the recap with that natural one.
Let's
Take it away.
see. Well, we leveled up first and foremost. Phineas left the tavern and left a note for Torbran saying that if we wish to pursue what was yesterday's matters, which is now 2 days ago, he would strongly recommend ignoring Lotnuk Quickdraw, the head of the Grinjaws. Lotnuk was the goblin that was at one of the tables from the cog in the courtroom. Let's see. I need to sift through all of these notes. The one time I don't make a summary, and these are the longest notes I've ever made. We spent the day, everyone sort of going to shops and doing some busy work. Ariel went to get her clothes that she ordered. Lothar went to the blacksmith to get his armor fixed. Voldreth read a chapter from his book at the bar. One of those pages was enchanted, but because he was drunk enough, he could see through the enchantment. Torben manned the kitchen at the tavern for the day. The pantry in the back of the kitchen was completely filled with a lot of stuff, which Torben really enjoyed. So he got to cooking, made some delicious meals that the benefits were completely wasted on for the day, but that's okay. When Ariel returns to the tavern, everyone gets some food, including the staff of the tavern. Before Lothar heads back to the tavern, he goes back to, I forgot the name of the den of something, where he was looking for artifacts. Was it
Delvers.
Delvers Den? That was it. To look for artifacts. He gets let in and he helps to sift through the records looking for an artifact sword, whose whereabouts are rumored to be in Marston. Later in the day, Phineas comes back with a large party of leaders. Torben provides everyone with some food, and Phineas sort of discusses the news that the Residium is missing and that someone from the customs with an airship probably took off with it, and there's a 5,000 gold bounty for whoever finds it. Everyone involved gets a mark to brand you as working for Phineas slash the cog to prevent infighting to some degree, hopefully. And Lothar meets a guy named Connie Rivers. Unfortunately, he's not the real Connie. He buys him a tankard, and then Torbran waves Lothar into the pantry to discuss the options regarding the 5,000 gold bounty to see if we as a party want to get involved at all. Then once the leaders leave, Phineas invites the party over for some talk in private. He mentions that as part of the cogwheel, Phineas is one of the most wanted people in the world, but we are currently the most wanted in Port Kill. He then provides all of us with a mark, and he presents an unrolled parchment stating the real price of the workshop was Residium, but the second biggest price, that was the parchment, which are the schematics for the automatons that we encountered already in the Fae in the future. Regarding the information of the customs, there's currently 3 active skyships, one of which is missing, which is Crescent ship. Crescent is the gnome that we met before we entered Port Giln. And Phineas has an extra request asking us to set up a supply line for, what was the alloy called? A specific alloy called, well, galvanium, I believe. Yes, galvanium. And we need to fix that supply line by going to Orkrop and discussing the details for that with someone there. Torben got a note with all the details. And in return, Torbran made a deal with Phineas to initially reduce the depth of a shopkeeper by the name of Celia Workstop. But after giving Phineas a gyro stabilizer and Lothar giving Phineas an arm of an automaton, Phineas will completely scrap the debt once he buys it off the Grinjas, who are the actual owners of the debt at the moment. We then make some final arrangements for Orkrop. Lothar obtains a longsword on loan, specifically from Phineas, and an agreement for a contract with the blacksmith on completing the Orkrop supply line. Phineas hands Torben with a piece of paper with all the details required for the supply line. And then Phineas has a final exchange with Ariel involving some details about the Fey realm to check if there is a way for Phineas to be introduced or settled into the Fey in a more strategic manner. Then Torben and Lothar spend a good amount of time cleaning the kitchen before also going to bed. And then the next day, the DM nicely brought us to the mage tower for us to be teleported. But initially, we first have to go back in time a little bit to go to Celia Workstop to get the depth sorted. I think that covers
Very
it.
thorough
Very
summary.
thorough.
That was like watching the 3-minute trailer where they have to tell you all the spoilers before because there's no other content in the film. But thank you very much. Does anyone have anything to add?
I requested to learn how to fly a skyship.
You did.
You did.
From Phineas. In fact, a few of you asked for a few things from Phineas.
He had
But
heard
more
some
on that.
rumors about an elven royalty that was supposed to be Ariel, but she just half lied, half didn't think of herself as royalty, so it didn't clock her, making her more persuasive. so yeah.
Well, without further ado, let's just say rather early in the morning, up before everybody else, John sneaks out to go visit. Who do you go visit and where are they?
Celia Workstop. I don't know if I ever knew the name of the place, but it's a little bit up the mountain in town. Fairly secluded.
And what was her profession again?
Let me look through my notes.
Because I know she sold you the enchanted lens.
Yes.
Just trying to remember if she was the enchanter or if she was the arcano smith, because I can't remember which way round I got my words.
I don't know if I got that specific with her.
Right, and I think she's the enchanter.
Right,
yes,
old
she's the enchanter,
dilapidated
the husband's the
building.
arcano smith. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Because they'd got into financial difficulties, took a loan, it was bad. Okay. So at the small ramshackled abode as you enter back in a day or two after since you were last here, It looks as you remember, though closed as it's this early in the morning. As you sort of knock on the door, 5 minutes pass before it's slowly opened by a uh, nighty with overcloak thrown over the shoulders, sort of asking, "Who is it?" You recognize the voice to be Celia.
Good morning, is this Celia?
Who's asking?
I'm the dwarf that 2 days ago bought a specific artifact called an arcane lens off of you on a down payment for 200 gold.
Yes, are you here to pay the rest, or
I never had to pay the rest.
well, I'm assuming you haven't been able to help, but not to worry.
I'm here to let you know that the entire debt will be cleared later this week. The debt that was initially owned by the Grinjaws, I have made a deal with Phineas. Phineas will take complete ownership of the debt, and after he has taken ownership of the debt, he will completely clear you of the debt. I can give you Phineas's word on that.
There's just a stunned silence as like the door slowly opens and you can just see like a woman standing there, like tears welling up in her eyes.
No need to get all emotional now.
We don't have much, but if you ever need anything, please stop by.
Well, I believe our original agreement was that if I could lower your debt by at least double my original down payment of 200 gold, you would return my 200 gold down payment. Considering I have completely scrapped your debt of well over 20, 40 fold my down payment, I believe. That reimbursement is plenty. That's all I could ask for. I don't need any more than that.
We'll forever be in your debt. Can I take your name?
Do you not still have the 200 gold that I paid you 2 days ago?
She looks at you like, you really going to make me answer that question?
That
And
was
she
the
shakes her
deal.
head.
Look, woman, I held up my end of the bargain. I'm not here to blackmail you out of any gold that you don't have. But a deal is a deal. So, do you have anything of equal value that you could offer me?
How about an open contract for free enchanting services until we settle all the debt that you have cleared for my name?
Above table, what does enchanting mean in this universe?
If you bring materials to this woman, you won't have to pay obscenely high amounts of gold to make enchanted weaponry, armor, items, etc. She will do it free.
Very well. I will
And she might even say, "Hey, look, I have some materials, and we'll knock those off the debt that I owe you."
Very well. Um, do you have a piece of paper that I could write my name and contact information on?
She hands you a scroll,
I
and you
will.
just see like a quill floating. You just need to say your name.
Thorburn Rumbleshot.
Scratched in midair.
Very well then. Me and my party will be on our way to Orkrop later this morning, but we will likely return. I will consider your offer and see how we can make that work once we return.
Much appreciated.
Until then,
Um,
I really do hope the best for you. Spread the word that
She
Phineas
she
always
hands you
has
a
the
folded
back.
piece of paper.
I will open the piece of paper.
And she sort of like covers your hand, stopping you from doing so.
Okay,
Not here. But thank you for coming.
understood.
I'll see you soon.
Now, I hope you get back on your feet, Ace. I will
The
nod.
door closes. And you just hear sobbing inside.
I take a few steps away from the house before I just sort of look over my shoulder as a job well done in good morale, and then I will make my way back to, I guess the tavern would be the best place to go.
Okay. Give me a perception roll as you take this moment as the scene finishes and the sun is rising up on illuminating the streets before you
12.
as you back descend into town. On a 12, it is a beautiful day, but you can see on the horizon there's some storm clouds out to sea.
Well, looks like we have a rough day ahead of us. Maybe it's for the best that we don't carry 200 gold on our purse today. While walking back, I will open that. I will pop into a small little alley.
Sure.
And then I will open the piece of paper there.
It just says they're listening, but I'm okay.
Okay. I will have to double check this place once we get back here.
And with that, we jump forward back to we return to the moment where you're all stood in this room as Torbrun's in a bit of a daydream, having these thoughts, this flashback, this thought in his mind. To the rest of you, the room is currently being vacated by your presumably or hopefully or intimidatingly excessive guard that Phineas taps a hand on your shoulder, Torbrun, breaking you out of your daydream. I still up. I'll see you on the other side. Extra portion of stout when you're back, if you get this contract, mate.
Consider it done, old friend.
Aye. And I'll make it good to you. I'll do what I can for your friends.
I appreciate it, as always.
Be careful out there. Don't trust the elves.
Oh, the pointy-eared ones. Never have, never will.
Yeah. I mean the dark elves.
Any pointy ears, for that matter.
Yeah. Stick 'em first. Safe travels. I'll see you soon. As he turns and says this to the rest of the party before he gives you a chest salute that he's been doing. The door closes behind you. As you turn to face into the room, you see this large circle in the floor. It's beginning to sort of glow, and you can actually feel like a little bit of a vibration in the room as you can hear various ornaments, things starting to chime, starting to ring out. It's almost like a low hum. as the what you presume to be head of the Mages Guild stands in the center of this ring. Arms outstretched, says, "Come, come, come. No time to dilly-dally. Though, Phineas has explained you're heading to Orcrop, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Are you going like that?
Like how?
It's like -20, -30 degrees outside on a good day, -60 on a bad. You, of course he wouldn't tell you this. Can we please have some of those traveler's cloaks brought over? Yes, chop chop on the double. You see a couple of hands. You sort of glance for a second, but then you realize they're just mage hands. They're just appearing around the room, and then a couple of cloaks come out of a closet, being grabbed by these mage hands. It takes you a split second, but then you realize these are red, regal-looking cloaks with hoods that you have seen before.
Oh.
Do I still have the one on me? And ever
You do.
give it back. I get
But you're
another
not
one.
wearing it. So unless you want to say you're wearing it now.
Oh, don't worry, I've got one. I'll put it on.
As you do this, the okay. The head of the Mages Guild looks down at you and just says, "My apologies. I didn't realize we had a frequent flyer with us." Master, he looks at you expectantly.
Master! Oh, smelled heat.
He's clearly trying to run through his brains, and you make an insight check for me. The party.
Do you want me to use persuasion on him?
You can roll persuasion, yeah.
Oh.
On a
Inside.
20 persuasion roll.
Insight. Oh, and
I
that's
think
what
a nat 20 on the inside. Okay. Ariel, I think what you would pick up on is, oh, you've seen these cloaks before. And your attention is just, oh, they're so soft, they're so comfortable. I would say that with abstaining from rolling, so Lothar is just, nah, let's get to it. And
Brilliant.
with Torbrun, you can see the absolute roller coaster that this individual, clearly someone who takes pride and presentation and authoritative, but commands respect while yielding respect, is perplexed and is really struggling. Something he's very, very not accustomed to remember this name that's just been revealed before him. And with a persuasion, he is going red in the face in embarrassment, going, I forgive me, I don't believe I'm aware of where, which chapter are you part of? Ever so sorry. I'm so, my name, the name is just eluding me at the moment. The
Oh,
worst time
don't
this has
you
ever
worry.
happened.
I'm rather lay low. I'm a whisper in your mage circle.
Oh, you're one of the whisperers. Oh,
Aye, an old fella like me.
and you just
Don't you
watch as
worry.
his arms outstretch. You feel this wave ripple out around you all, and you just see this like ball of purple and golden light as it expands and fills the room. But as it does so, as it envelops all of you, you'll feel warm, fuzzy, and it's almost like there's something in your mind that's been spoken into. However, it doesn't do anything. For every other individual in this room, the half a dozen mages or so, you watch as they all stand there frozen, stopped. And the mage says, You'll forget the name and the words you just heard. There are no members of the Whisperers amongst us. Please continue as you were. He snaps his hands and everybody continues carrying about what they were doing. Looks down at you with a wink, Valdreth, and just says, well, I didn't realize I was in such good company today. Please pass on my regards to Master Stealth and the Whispered Ones. In fact, I believe I may perhaps owe them something. And upon your next scene, would you mind returning it for me?
You can trust me.
So he pulls out a small ring that's got a red gem in it, hands it to you. It's just something that was used on my most recent travels to, well, I'm sure you know where. Perhaps it might be of use for you
I
today.
give him a wink.
Yes. Well, we better get along now. You'll all need to wear your cloaks and just take the opportunity after me. Incantatum. You have to say it all together
Incantatum.
now. And as you say this, the words, the cloaks feel like they just tighten and then loosen and go to the perfect fit around you. You immediately feel not too hot, not too cold, not too wet, not too dry, just comfortable,
Cloaks of comfort.
basically. The ultimate traveler's cloak inch.
Ooh, I now have a cloak for my cloak.
Valdreth, I assume you do the same. But do you activate the enchantment, or do you not?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, as you do so, you feel like there's actually something. You just get this slight feeling of discomfort, like this. It's like there's something in the corner of your eye. You just can't see it for a split moment as you activate it. For the rest of you, the mage looks down and says, right, all good. So, do you have any magical items upon you? I just need to do the last checks, make sure, I just need a rough, how many?
He's gonna just present the watch. I think it's just this.
Okay. Very well.
I have
Fine.
the ring, this fancy diary, the book from the Avatar,
Mhm.
the wooden stick.
That's 5.
What about the broken stick?
Oh, and this one that broke.
I'll still say with your natural 20, you see there is an immediate curiosity on the broken stick, and he goes to ask for something, but he refrains from doing so. That's Torbran notices that. Nobody else does for your natural 20. And so he says, very well. Master, I would appreciate if you would honor us with a blessing, and then I shall send you on your merry way.
I will open my little avatar book and just start speaking some dwarven song.
Okay. Do you want to play it out, or do you just want to make a roll?
Roll.
I would like you to make either a performance or if you're actually trying to like help and assist with the spell, you can make an Arcana roll, or you can do. Okay, on a 15.
I'm a performer.
Don't you dare try to send us to New Earth now.
I get me sky shit for that one. Tears never finish.
As you begin to mutter these words, the mage claps his hands together, folds them down, and begins to mutter Do any of you speak Sylvan?
I think I do.
No.
Let me check. I might just be Elvish. No, I do. I do.
Okay. You hear word, world, water, air, land, ground, gaps, traverse, union, togetherness. And then it repeats. And he's saying this over and over. And as he does, you watch as magical runes emit from his hand and illuminate a large purple color as the entire rune on the floor around you emanates the same color. And you realize these runes around his hands that appear match the ones on the floor around you. And just as you make that recognition, he completes the spell and sends you to where we will find out. Who in the party would like to make the teleportation roll?
I will.
Okay. This is a D100 roll. You're carrying, I think it was 7 enchanted items in total, if I'm correct. So you're minusing 7. You have
Okay.
a -10 because you've never been to the location. So it's a -17 in total on this D100. In order for the spell to succeed, you need to beat a DC of 55 because the benefits that this Archmage has are quite substantial. They're lowering the DC.
Well,
Oh my god.
That's a 6 on the die with a -17.
Aw.
I guess we're not going to Orkron after all.
Okay. Let me just bring up the encounter table. Okay.
Exactly what I want to hear from my DM.
Sure. Boldreth, can you roll the d6, please?
That's
A 2. Fantastic. Brilliant.
not sure if we're supposed to agree.
I used all
The
my good rolls.
purple ring ignites as you all feel yourselves almost like yoinked forwards through time and space in but an instant. I need you all to make Constitution saving throws, please. It's only a 10 DC. However, that's an 8, a 4, and a 7. 3 of you are incredibly nauseated by this experience and stumble as you land and arrive. Ariel, it's just another portal.
I mean, I've been through portals. It makes sense. I know my way around.
Oh, I know I shouldn't have had that brisket. Oh, God, it was so good. God. Oh, keep it.
Alright.
Oh, I'm okay.
As Torbran decorates the environment with his breakfast. First thing,
Lothar wipes his mouth and goes, "You think you'd get used to this at one point?" Then spits and, oh well. Mages.
First thing you notice is Torbran, you just decorated the Archmage's shoes with your breakfast. Who's standing in front of you as you find yourselves on the peak of a mountain. The hairs on your back stand tall. Your face is met with an immense chill, biting, boring at your skin. The second he looks around at you, he says, "Put your hands up, quickly. It'll help." As you do so, that sensation immediately vanishes. Although as you breathe to speak, you see the very air escape your lungs and it freezes solid and shatters as it hits the ground as a solid, skittering on ice. As you look around you, you're kind of surprised you didn't hear it, but there's this low which you first thought was the wind, And unfortunately, as you turn around, you see about 60 feet away from you. I need you to roll a d4 for me, Voldreth. Just to see how many of these there are.
And no.
4. 2 standing, 2 sat. Hulking behemoth silhouettes that in this blizzard atop this peak, you can just about make out their silhouettes. Just 60 feet away. 60 feet up. These things stand easily 20, 25 feet tall. As 4 ice giants suddenly are aware of your unwelcomed entrance into their domain. One of them looks and points in your general direction and lets out a roar as the other 3 immediately turn and look to begin to stand and slowly make their way towards you. So the Archmage immediately looks around at you and says, my apologies. Perhaps, right. I need a little bit of time. Anyone can do anything to distract? As he
Perhaps I
immediately
should
begins casting another spell.
whisper to my friends about you, Ellen.
How does the
Archmage.
how does its terrain
So you all
look
can
like?
take one action. We're not going into a combat, but you have one turn before. Sorry, you have 2 turns before these will be upon you, and in 3 turns you will escape. So you can all make one effort each time.
What is the
Who wants to do what?
terrain looking like?
You're on a mountain peak. You're on a little bit of a. It's not like an exact peak, but you're on a little bit of a flat bit. You've probably got about a 15-foot circular spot of land that you're on, and then you're just on a mountainside. Effectively, it's steep going down. These things seem to have been sort of leaning into, sat on top of the side of this mountain.
Is it
I will do I'll conjure spirit guardians. And
Okay.
I'll choose the party to be, and the wizard to be unaffected by them.
Okay.
I'm going.
Yep.
I'll be taking a defensive position next to the wizard, ready to intervene in case something jumps him.
Okay.
is it snowy?
You're in the middle of a blizzard. Yes. It's like an ice storm around you, and every time you breathe,
And
like
the,
it
the,
solidifies.
the
and
giants
turns
were
to
on
ice.
the slopey part.
Yes, below you, looking up at you.
Below right.
You're on the very peak of this mountain.
I will shoot an explosive shot towards their feet into the snow.
Okay, into the snow. I will say, make an attack roll. I'll say the DC's 15 for this because you're not aiming at one of them. You're aiming at a location.
So you want an attack roll and the DC is 15. Like the AC is 15. I see.
Yeah. It's to see if you can hit the spot you're aiming at.
Just double checking to
We're not
see.
rolling damage on the ground.
Yeah, I'm just.
On a 14, it goes just wide, but it's
No.
still pretty close.
That's the spell safety. I'm just checking. Right. So this is a spell, and you need to do an attack roll with it. Just double checking that. It's a 13.
13 goes a little bit wide. You catch 2 of them instead of all 4 with the explosive shot. Are you hoping to? What are you hoping with this effect?
I'm hoping to disturb the terrain.
You want to make it more okay.
Oh.
I will say, as you, for the first time, you guys hear the shot of avalanche, though it is mostly drowned out by the whispering winds and the roars that you're hearing from these behemoths before you. As you let out the shot, you watch as explosion goes off at the feet of 2 of those ice giants. Snow just goes everywhere. You hear and begin to see perhaps further down the mountain that may have had some kind of effects and repercussions. Dobrin just starting a glacier movement.
I'm doing my gun names justice.
Okay, that's Ariel. What do you wish to do?
I think I'm gonna bless my companions.
Okay, how many creatures can you
I'm gonna
catch with
use
that?
a third level spell slot to bless all of us, including myself.
So that would be all 5 of you. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, okay.
It's 3 for
They,
level 1, and at level 3 you get 2 more.
yep. As they stand to their feet, 2 of them slightly impacted by your explosive round, seemingly evaluating its lethalness or trying to make of it what they will. 2 of them immediately begin ascending in your direction, and they close half the distance between you and them, 30 feet away. The other 2 have not moved as much due to your actions in first round. Second round. Baldreth, what do you wish to do?
Since I'm using concentration, I assume I will continue to concentrate on my spirit guardians.
That's fine. Okay, and what's the range of those? How
15
close is something
feet
else?
around us.
Okay, okay. So Lothar, are you holding your defensive position?
Yep, holding action in case somebody tries to attack the mage.
Okay. And Torben, you shooting again? Or what are you doing this time?
Trying to think how my flavored spells would interact with the terrain here.
As you can see, you see how they're interacting with the terrain. They are climbing this with ease. They're just such large creatures, they're moving fairly slowly.
Um,
To
i-
you, the terrain does look pretty difficult.
is one of them ahead of the other one?
Yeah, there'll be one naturally just a little bit closer to you.
I will shoot one of the 2 that's on front with a slug.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
An 11. Wow, these are bad rolls.
An 11. You watch as the slug hits your target square in the chest. And it doesn't even move a muscle.
It's a good sign.
It's got an AC of 22.
Yeah, I was about to say, is bless gonna matter? It's like, no.
Ariel, what do you wish to do?
I'm gonna do a minor illusion somehow, like in front of the mage. I'm just gonna like maybe like a crystal of snow or something like that. That kind of obscures him to protect him from the
Okay, just an illusion of this, yeah?
an illusion. Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so just this shimmering like ice just flickers
Yeah.
before you all, sort of making it obscured for you to be seen.
If they interact with it, if physical interaction reveals it to be an illusion, but if they just look at it, trying to examine it, it's a investigation check versus my spell save DC.
Which is
16.
16. Torben, as you're sort of preoccupied with the 2 in the front, Solothar, as you're keeping an eye on what's approaching, you see one of the 2 at the back picks up a large boulder, looks in your general direction, and now needs to make a investigation of 16.
Yeah.
As he pulls the ginormous arm back, and you just see this huge boulder that he's picked up off the mountainside. It sort of freezes up, and you can't see the facial detail in this blizzard, but it sort of goes limp by his side. The other one sort of looks to the left, slams his fist into the shoulder, moving it over, and begins to charge in your general direction as well. The other two clamber up to this mountain top. One ascends and stands directly in front of all of you. If you've been holding an attack, which I assume you will have this opportunity now, Sir Lothar.
Yep.
Make your attack.
Are they in 15-foot range?
They are entering. Both of them are entering 15 feet, so you can roll.
They need to do a
Yep.
wisdom save.
26
26 hits.
and the 10 damage.
That's a 9 on the wisdom save.
And
Is that magic? Is that piercing, slashing, bludgeoning? Is that non-magical damage?
on my end, yes, it's non-magical.
Yes, non-magical. It's half, 5 points of damage.
Okay. And do I get the double attack? Do I get the full thing?
I will let you. Yes,
And
a 14.
a 14.
The second time as you swing, sort of almost like a parent watching a child with a letter knife. The first time it's like you catch and you see a little bit of blood spill out of the arm as you catch it, and slice slightly into this hardened skin, this huge gargantuan individual in front of you. The second swing you go for, mid-air, your blade is frozen as you see it palmed by this giant, grabbing it. You're cutting into his hand, but it seems to have no effect. And then it tosses it aside. Go ahead and roll your damage for 2 targets. Well, just go ahead and roll the damage once and I'll apply it to both. Can you describe the shape that your guardians are?
Oh, because I'm aligned, good. They are little floating avatars, but like with the books,
Okay.
wielding a little pickaxe.
I will say, in response to this, like a swarm of angry hornets, the 2 giants that have just entered this range immediately start like
It's also radiant damage.
swatting away and tempting them. Go ahead, sorry.
Radiant damage as well.
Radiant damage. Oh, that does full. Fantastic. Okay, 14 points of damage. Torburn. They're not in melee range of you. You can still use your ranged weaponry.
I will get in melee range next to Lothar.
Okay.
Melee range of one of them at least.
Yep. There's one immediately in front of you, and there's one like behind it.
I will shoot Buckshot of Avalanche, which is a DC 15 dex save on their part.
Okay. They're humongous. They're not the most dexterous.
Oh, that's why it's good.
15. Bloody hell. Even with that modifier. That's a 13.
That's.
So you like to describe what happens.
I get up close and I will just completely pepper his chest.
Shooting a single creature within 5 feet causes the creature to have disadvantage on its saving throw. Okay. So he now has disadvantage on any saving throw. Wait, hang on. He has disadvantage on the saving throw of that attack.
Yeah, he had this.
Oh, he already failed anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead, the damage is already there. It's 15 points of damage reduced by half, so 7 points.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I will.
As you just watch as the lining of this chest, you just see this dark black blood begin to just pour out of like a dozen orifices.
I will do this again on the same target.
Okay.
Wait, it rolled different, but it's the same value for the damage. Huh. Yeah, so another disadvantage deck save.
Okay, well, he got a 16, but he has to roll disadvantage, and it's a 12. Okay.
On that hit,
Uh,
I will use my subclass feature to jump 5 feet away without proccing opportunity attacks.
Okay,
And
as you
I'll-
jump backwards behind Salothar.
Yes.
As Ariel, is it concentration to maintain this illusion?
The bless is concentration. The illusion isn't.
The bless is concentration. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you wish to act? You have a ice giant pulling back his arm with a huge club in it, standing over Salothar, and you have one 10 feet behind him, just two on this hill, and you have two further down the hill, rapidly approaching.
Yeah.
They'll be here next turn.
Is there anything I can do to speed things up?
You could do the help action on the mage who's trying to get you
Yeah.
out there. If you
Yeah,
want.
that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that.
Okay. You put your hand on his shoulder, and he's just like, okay, muttering, Sylvan saying it twice as fast as you heard last time, and you just watch as the purple rings are beginning to glow around his hands.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, I'll explain this. The two giants ascending the hill. One joins the fray in melee. The other needs to roll and beat this check of 16. If he does, he'll throw a boulder. If not, he will once again not be involved in this encounter. This is probably one of the most important rolls. So I'm going to do it
Can
openly.
the other one make a wisdom save as well?
The one who's joining the fray in this
Yeah,
battle.
yeah, yeah.
7.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and roll. Sorry, I will just take the same damage points because it's
Okay.
no, it's a new round. You can roll again. Although, as the known as the avatars spin around like a hornet, go to a new target, starting to pick around us. This one seems a little bit unfazed, having observed what's occurred to his companions. 10 points of radiant damage. This roll, 1d20 -4. Needs to be 16. He rolls a 0.
I mean,
He
that would
picks
have
up the
been
boulder,
he
still holding
he
it
done
from
a
last time.
20, so like,
Still holding the boulder, puts it down to his side, and begins to sort of like shrug and go like. I assume none of you speak giant.
no.
No.
Okay. The one who you have peppered in the face and in the chest, sorry, and who caught your sword, Salothar, raises his club, swings at you, Salothar. That's a 20.
Hits by 1.
Okay. Oh boy. I'm just going to take the block stat damage here because I think this guy can one-shot you if I top end out. "24 points of bludgeoning damage
Mm-hmm.
and 6 points of cold damage."
Okay. That's
God.
And he raises the club again. However, before he can swing, the second one, swatting away at these pixies, accidentally clambers his hand and pushes the first one out of the way, stopping his second attack. Though he stumbles into melee range of you now, and with his second attack, will unload it on the first thing in front of him. As we've currently said, that is Salothar. Is anyone going to step up in front of this, or is Salothar taking this?
I'm nearby.
You can have it. We have 10 temporary hit points.
Had.
Had.
all right.
Do I have
No, you
time to
told us-
cast a bonus action
You
on
told us we still have the 10 temporary hit points because it came from sleeping in the inn, not from food.
Yes, he just took damage to lose them, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he still has that.
You could use a reaction, I will permit, in this instance.
I don't have one of those apart from when I get hit.
Okay.
Let Sir Lothar take it and I'll heal him next turn. That seems better than.
That's a 26 to hit.
Yeah, it does hit.
That's 24 points of damage and 6 points of cold damage.
Okay, down to 5 hit points.
My God, you have that many hit points?
Plus the temporary, yeah.
The 10 just kept him
Wow.
standing, basically.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
your
but still, it sounds like so much.
what is your max
Oh
hit
my God.
points?
Yeah.
I'm currently 53 after the level up because I rolled the
Wow.
Oh,
die.
I'm actually higher than you because of my heal dwarf.
Oh my God, you guys, you're so
So a Salothar
tanky.
takes a club to the face, a fist to the face, and this third one, who's just joined the party, is going to cast Frost Breath over all of you. I need you all to make a choice. If you want to get out of range of this Frost Breath, you will be leaving the radius of the mage in an attempt to try and find cover, i.e., just get out of the way. Or you can stand and take this to the face. As the mage yells, "Stand close!" the giant breathes. What do you all do?
Bear in mind, everybody gets my dex bonus, my charisma bonus to all their saves now because I have Aura of Protection.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and we have bless.
Yeah.
We do.
Let's take the
Can I
save.
jump in front of Lothar to block the damage?
So you want to
for him?
jump and take this all to you? You want to try and block the breath?
Well, just for Lothar. I don't. Is it the one that's in front of Lothar that's doing this?
I will say you get to. So there's now 3 around you, and I
Mhm.
will say this one has come up and is immediately like you're the one in front of him, and you can choose: do I stand here and block my party, or do I let this hit everybody? That's your choice.
I will block for the party.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to do double damage on you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're blocking intently. So it's not a dex save to roll out the way to reduce the damage. You're just taking double the damage of the breath.
Okay.
That's 46 points of cold damage.
I can take that.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
That is still a 32.
Okay. At this point, all of your ears, Torbjorn, you're sort of frozen in place. Actually, no, you can make a constitution. This is more thematic now, because
Con
as you're aware,
save
that was round 3.
a 7.
You hear this bellow of the breath of this frost giant, and you hear "Now!" from the mage. As he claps his hands, the world goes blurry, and as the club swings in your general direction again, you're yoinked once more. Voldreth, please roll a D100 minus 17.
Okay.
So that's an 89 on the dice and a minus 17. If my math is correct, beats the DC of 55.
Yup.
A moment later, Constitution saving throws for everyone but Ariel. In fact, as I remember now in your backstory, you were fine. The first time this morning, you were taken aback. You weren't expecting what was to occur. This time, you know what to prepare for.
Okay.
So Lothar, beaten, battered, bruised, your chest winded, your bones fractured on the inside or sprained at the very least. Your armor, seen better days. Voldreth, hands and knees, breakfast is gone.
Oh God, not once in a day.
With your
That's why I
and
told you.
Torbjorn, knowing what was coming this time, you sort of were ready for it. But you realize you weren't ready for it because landing before you all is an ice cube containing Torbran.
What?
Well,
It's
because
Sheriff
he
Bumegla.
failed the DC, he became frozen for a
Oh,
minute.
okay.
No, thematically, as you see this, and you realize what else you see as you take in your immediate surroundings is a beach. The ocean before you. Storm clouds on the horizon, flashing around them. As you turn, Voldreth, you stand on an island probably a few thousand feet away. The single tallest mountain you have seen in your life reaches the very clouds above you. Its top hidden by mist. Its skirts and sides split on the left-hand side. Rocky, grey, brown, slate and sheen. A mountain, a hold. Worked smooth stone with craftsmanship and skill. On the right, a wintry snowy cape decorates that side. As you can all look in the maps channel and see before you as you look out at the island of Orkrop. From your view on this beach. I will say with the rapid temperature difference, Torbran thaws pretty rapidly
Oh,
Voldreth,
as the mage looks at you all.
grab some of the droplets.
Oh, I'm alright.
I'll begin casting Prayer of Healing for 10 minutes onto Torvin and Silitha.
Save the
I will
ice
do
on the
it.
cave.
let's do it.
Third
Let's do
level.
it. Let's do it twice. Because we both have it. By the way, I was gonna tell you it would be a good idea for you to prepare things that aren't healing spells because my character is like super specialized on healing and I can't prepare.
I have loads of things that are not healing spells.
Yeah, you can specifically prepare more of them because I'm really focused on healing with this character and I can't
But
prepare
these were
spells like you can.
before I got my necromancy levels.
All right
Okay,
then. So
11
let's
healing
roll
from
a
me.
healing. 11 healing.
For everyone.
I am going to do what Torbran said, and I'm going to pull a mug off my belt that I typically use to, boil water and tea and scoop as much as I can off the thawing.
Okay.
Don't tell me you're going to use this for cooking.
So I'm assuming, because I cast that at third level, the 8 goes on top of the 12.
Yeah, the 8 is the higher level cast.
Okay, so it's
That's 20 total?
31
Yeah.
a
with
31
heals.
total.
I'm full HP again.
36.
Okay. As Sir Lothar coughs, as the visual appearance is coming back, but the life flashing before your eyes once more. A little bit too real for you all.
Oh, turns out I had a broken bone.
Oh, well, do you know?
I'll go
Oh,
touch you. Do I have
No,
mend?
You want to mend a bone? No, that's not what it makes. You can do some
Mending a
healing, but
bone.
you still have
Mending a
fractures.
bone is lesser restoration.
I know it's fine. I had a broken bone. You can feel those healing when this stuff happens.
Oh, forgive me for being quite new to this whole magic thing. I didn't even know I could do them. Oh, I didn't even know I could do them guardians until like 5 minutes ago for this book. It's good, you know.
Huh. That's
As you say that, the Archmage is looking at you intently.
Listen, I'm learning new spells. Okay? The healing, God's gift, the spirit guardians. It's new to me.
Right. And he sort of nods his head and he's like, yes, master. And he gives you a big wink. She rolled a 2 on his insight. Sorry, not a 2. 12 on his insight.
In the background, Torben is
Okay.
just shaking on the beach trying to make a fire.
So this is Orkrop. I say standing up, stretching my bones a little bit.
That's Orkrop, and the mage points towards the mountain.
So what do we need to expect from there?
Well, I presume you
Briefed? Absolutely not. Didn't have time to research it in the library either.
I actually have some details where we might need to go. Let me just grab my piece of paper. A small little tear comes into the paper. Gus Lighthorn.
Gus.
So that's who we're supposed to meet. Is that a name? Is that a place?
That's a name, I assume, in the main town of
No.
Orkrop.
Sorry, I rolled a natural 20 on the history for the Archmage. He's just gonna look at you and like, well, sounds like you know where you're going then. Fantastic.
Well, I don't actually know where the town is. I was expecting this teleportation thing to bring us to, town.
Oh, I'll explain this one. He says to you, Voldres, and as he turns to the rest of the parties, teleportation rings. We like to keep quiet. Not many people know that we've now got one established in Port Kiln. We've had it in use for a few years. They talk to each other directly, and you will arrive in another teleportation ring. There's no teleportation ring in Orkrop, so it's a best guess. I was expecting to end up in the water, if I was totally honest with you, but I don't know what came over me with the close encounter with the cold kind.
Yeah, that nearly got me killed.
Yes, I'm not even sure where we went, to be honest.
I'd rather not find out, ever.
So how do you intend to go back yourself?
I have one more cast in me, so it's a one-way trip.
Right.
A bit easier because I have a. And he pulls
And
out
we're
a
supposed-
small box. It's a specific location I return to.
And we're supposed to return how? I'm pretty sure Phineas actually planned a return trip as well.
No, Phineas just said today you need to be here, so here you are.
Oh, fantastic. Torben, please tell me your friend is the planning kind.
You mean Phineas?
I mean Phineas.
Well, there's some details on this note on what we need to establish, but I don't actually know where we're gonna find this Gus Lighthorn.
Looking at the Archmage, wouldn't it make sense for your kind to actually establish a whole series of teleporters across the realm?
Oh yes, we're in the process of doing it. It takes about 10, 15 years to make one.
Oof, well, I wish you a better start because I wouldn't wish for anyone to end up where we did.
Well, if we had more runesmiths, then we could do it quicker, but you see, we only have about a dozen at the moment, and there used to be
Can we find
hundreds of us
more?
back in the day.
How old are you?
I've been around. You realize, like, there's a slight flicker in his face. It's
Back
just
in the
like,
day,
What exactly are you? I assume he looks human.
yeah, he has a human bland features, yes.
Humans don't grow that old, so who or what are you, really?
Very au fait with the arcane. And with that, as he once again winks at Valdreth, says to you, I bid you adieu. I would look for the outpost. It's like a small jetty, probably behind one of the caves or in one of the caves, and he points to the left-hand side of the mountain where the rock face is smoothed. The descent is usually somewhere around there. Have a safe trip, I suppose.
Well, ask Phineas about our return plan.
Sure.
Trustworthy. Fantastic.
Well,
And he takes like 20, 30 yards away from feet away from you and begins to sit down, and you watch as he draws a circle around him in the sand, and he holds onto this box that he showed you earlier, and he begins sort of swaying and muttering.
Lothar, the cup you're holding.
Pick up my what? Oh, the cup I'm holding. Yeah, sure. And I hand him the. It's an old, battered.
Is it metal or is it wood? Is it metal or is it wood?
It's metal.
It's
Okay.
metal.
Okay. I will put it
It's an
over
old, battered.
I will put
tin
it
cup.
over the little fire I make, and I will just wait until it starts boiling.
I would say it takes you about an hour for you to do this healing, this conversation, for Torbran to thaw, and at the end of that time, you just hear this pop, like a crack, almost like lightning just hit you as you look into that circle. There's just a scorch mark on the floor as the human is gone.
I hope that means he teleported safely and not have his spellcraft backfire on him and split him across several different islands somewhere.
I hope the latter.
Every professional makes mistakes.
That
Although,
they do.
you know, I wished he could have picked a better place to teleport us, like, back to our own.
Well,
And he goes dour, completely dour for a bit as he stares into the flames that Torbran's making.
we're about to find out if it was worth it to go this route, and I will take a small sip from the thawing frost breath that has now started boiling.
Pretty much just water at this point.
Well, that's rather disappointing. It was worth a shot, I guess. I guess I kept you warm.
You can still use it to brew some tea.
I was hoping this to have some flavor of its own, but I guess ice is still ice, even from a frost
Considering
giant.
where it came from, I don't think that's a kind of flavor you would have wanted to contend with.
You'll never understand.
The knowing granddad.
Oh. As he sits down into the sand. I do understand from, a soldier's point of view, and he pulls out a potato from his sack and, sets it in between the fire embers. Some things are best left uneaten.
Well, I had been bored and without purpose longer than you have been alive, so forgive me that at some point you start to indulge in the stranger hobbies.
Spoken exactly like an old Arling nobleman from the Dominion.
I think you missed the word crazy in that sentence.
No. Trust me, I've met my share of the old nobility. You'd think the world collapsing would do a number on them, but turns out most of them manage to somehow stay alive.
Oh well.
It's
That's-
easy, when the world-shattering battle is about to happen, just send your third and fourth and fifth sons. You're fine.
Well, being the sole survivor also isn't everything.
No, it isn't.
It's about at this point you realize the small sandy beach that you're on is very much like a little island in its own right on the ocean. There's probably an hour of swimming between you and the mainland, unless you have another means
An hour what?
I think,
Swimming?
of swimming. Yeah.
don't think Gallant can walk on water.
You know, those frost giants surely would have come in helpful now.
Hey,
Is
mind.
there trees on the island?
It's more like this is a beach that at this time of day is just about protruding out of the water. Perhaps if low tide, you might be able to connect, but at the moment, high tide, it's pretty much just a small peak of a sandbank sticking above the surface.
Well, Lothar starts taking his armor off, getting ready to actually swim.
Can I nature check to see if I can know what the tide's going to do?
You can, sure. I'll say DC 10.
I
On a
think the
tide.
water's not going to move. Look at the fish. We might have to get our feet wet here.
You just see the shimmer as it goes on.
Can I swim? I can't remember. Goblin, have a swim.
Well, no. Can I take a guess at the tide?
Oh,
I did.
with your affinity for nature,
I would have swum.
the with the time of day, you know that the tide will probably go out later on, but that could be hours away.
Well,
And if it goes out, who's to say how much lower or how much more sandbank will be revealed? You're even hoping that there's a continuous stretch from here to the mainland. You don't know.
swimming's not the issue for me, at least. It's been a while since I swam, though.
Oh, I've done my fair share.
Well, I met Phineas by diving old gnomish treasures. But I'm not sure if the tide is gonna save us here. Don't know how deep it gets in these parts of the waters. Never really been to our crop.
Neither.
Okay, well, let's hope you can still understand enough of how things work so we can finish our thing and be off.
Is there anything on the island that we currently are other than beach? Is it just beach?
It's just you are
On the sandbank.
a couple of bits of rock. You maybe see a hermit crab skimmering off as soon as it realizes it's been spotted. It is just a flat plateau of sand protruding out of the ocean.
Ariel, I've got a request for you.
Yes.
Just in case I don't make it out of, at one point, I am going to die doing what the hell it is that we're doing.
All right.
If
I
you
don't
can
think
manage,
that's a given, but
if you can manage to somehow get back to our time at the House of Healing. Her name's Liz. She's got a young one.
I think I saw you with her.
Then you'll recognize her. Tell her I'm sorry and see if you can help her get out of the arrangement she's got.
Okay. Although I think you'll be able to do that yourself. You need to drop all this pessimism. It's seriously going to hamper you in combat.
Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Yeah, you might want to remember the first part. You're good on the second one.
I've seen things fail more than I've seen them work out, so, always have a way out.
While Lothar's having
Right.
this conversation, I will pull out my arcane lens and I will actually scout out the island to see if I see anything regarding
Make an
civilization.
Arcana roll with advantage, and because of the lens, the DC is lowered.
Let's say 10.
Okay. You don't see the secret. However, what you do see is this. The entire mountain. This is your first time using the lens, yes?
No, I used it to scout out the warehouse.
You did. And it was just like a magnifying lens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As you look and point towards, it's really confusing because you're sort of looking at the peak or looking up into the clouds and you just see mist. As you pan down, you look on the snow-draped eastern side of this mountain. You see a treacherous path if you should ever choose, for whatever reason, to ascend this summit. But then as you glance over to the west face, you look with your naked eye, then you look back through the lens, and the naked eye, through your naked eye, you see this green, grey, marbled, smooth stone surface. Through your lens, it is just green. Just sheer green.
And without the lens, it's like smooth stone.
Yes. Well, it's still smooth stone, either way. It's just it's smooth green stone through the lens.
Is it normal for stone to be green through, I guess, a magic lens?
I don't know.
Do any of
Never,
you have detect magic as a spell?
I have it if you point me to the right direction. But I think I need to be closer to detect it.
Okay.
That magic is
Ariel,
limited to.
you would know that when you detect magic, magical things reveal in the form of like a different color.
Yeah, then I tell him.
Magic, you say?
Mhm.
Well, looks like there might be some magic going on the west side of the island then. So if we are gonna go somewhere, west is probably the best chance that we have at finding something that might help us.
You're our lead scout. Good thinking on the blocking the breath, by the way.
Well, I mean,
And couldn't have been comfortable, but could have saved an entire platoon of men to do the job and get you back up afterwards.
as you might recall when we met, you were the perfect bait in that moment.
I mean, ideally, I'd be the perfect bait in any moment.
Too bad the tea was just, well, water, but you win some, you lose some.
You know, if we ever encounter a frost giant again, as uncomfortable as I am, might let you cook a leg or two.
I want to try something. Is the ocean salty?
Have you
I would assume
ever
so.
drunk water, as Torben? Yes, you've
Well,
been diving.
yeah, I've
Yes.
been diving. I don't know if this part of the ocean is any different.
Sure. As you sort of dip your hand, salty.
But that's good, because that means stuff floats. I will put my dwarf steel pan in the water, and I will, in the very shallow part of it, I will sit in it to see if I float while sitting in the pan.
So to describe the scene the rest of you witness, you watch as Torben puts his cooking wok out and slowly, precariously, and like a toddler attempting to walk for the first time, clamber into this thing.
Oh.
And as soon as you do get in it, you immediately realize you're sinking. You like just clamber out, roll back out. You get yourself wet, back on the shore.
Oh,
You realize if you distribute your weight more, you might be more successful.
So what do we
Wait a
got?
minute. I've got my shield.
Yeah, we all have a shield.
Sit on this one. I ain't doing it.
We can make like stabilizers, and then one of us can make it across.
And then who's going to bring it back? I present to you the 3 people in the 4-boat rowing problem. No. I will say, to clarify what the DM meant by that was, if you lie flat across your wok, you just about... You're floating, but floating. You're in the water, but you're not fighting to hold yourself up.
Yeah.
The wok is doing the heavy lifting. So you watch as Torbjorn is capable of, on his front, on all fours, attempting to paddle.
Without saying another word, I'll just start swimming off towards the island. I'll see you guys in a bit. I'll get a raft.
I want to try it with my shield.
So I put my shield in the water.
Yep.
Lay down.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Okay, so I didn't make Torbjorn do a check because he has a backstory of diving. He is pretty proficient at swimming. Baldreth, have you ever swum in your life?
Nope.
Okay. To the
I am
players from the
mimicking him.
DM, what role should be the swimming role?
Athletics.
Yes, probably.
Athletics?
Well, definitely. It's a swimming with like strength.
So,
Could also be
can I
acrobatics
have-
for balance.
Yeah, fair.
Athletics or acrobatics, and one is testing to swim, the other is testing ability to try and help the shield float as much as possible and bear most of your weight.
So I roll both.
No, you choose which one do you want. Are you going to try and just brute force figure out how to swim, or are you going to try and float on your shield? Which are you trying to do?
Brute force, because it's me.
So you jump on the shield and attempt to brute force your way across. For a moment, the first time swimmer is a natural. 5 feet out, 10 feet out. Baldress, you're getting in the rhythm, and you're almost like, yes, I'm good at something. I can. Oh no! As you realize the shield slips out from underneath you, and you immediately plunge into the water.
Oh shit!
As you feel yourself beginning to immediately sink.
Oh,
Baldress is drowning.
yeah. Lothar will attempt to dive after him and take him out. And Lothar has swum in his life before. He's a soldier and he's been swimming, not in the ocean, but rivers, lakes.
So Lothar, as you're quickly jumping out, striding towards it after him, first thing you realize, you're still striding. Second thing you realize, Voldreth has stopped sinking. As you catch up to him, you are waist deep in the water. Voldreth's head is above the surface. Voldreth, you realize as you're panicking and freaking.
Oh, I'm not dying.
I'm going to add sanity for that one.
Oh,
The near-death experience of being
Oh my
12
god.
feet in water.
I also.
oh, oh, my bed floats.
Your beard is floating. Very unceremoniously, it's also untwining, and all the debris is coming out of it in the first washing months.
Oh, this
So-
feels good.
I'm still what, waist deep in the water? How far from the
Yeah.
shore am I?
The water is about 4 feet deep.
Looks like we can walk a part of the way.
I am literally an inch above the water.
So it's like your face is there, and you can just about on the tiptoes of your feet.
I am
down.
4'1".
I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and help him as much as I can
Okay.
to stay head above water. Come on,
Torben,
old
as you
man.
turn around and realize watching this amusing show, you sort of put your head in the water underneath. All of what is beneath you. You can see the bottom. You realize you could probably, if you wanted to, you could probably touch the bottom of this.
Oh, you taller ones could probably just walk this.
It's what I'm trying.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do too.
I will stay ahead of you to make sure that this stays the same.
About an hour later, the soggy mutt of a dwarf, Voldreth, the comfortably fish in water, Torben, and the striding taller members of the party make landfall on Orcrop's west-facing beach.
Well, Lothar immediately unpacks his bag, takes his armor back on. I'm going to need to buy some armor oil. This is soaked.
Oh,
going to
I'm gonna
rust.
need to dry my gunpowder. Worst part of swimming.
Oh, I'm
You
gonna
sort
need
of
to dry
look up, you
everything.
realize it's because it was about midday, I believe, when you left, like 11, 12-ish, I think, when you left. So it's close to 2 o'clock at this point.
So what do we know about Orcrop, Torben?
Well, not that much actually. I've been to the islands west of Port Hill a lot for the diving, but Orcrop is a little bit more north. It's surprisingly chilly here, even for a dwarf as me and Voldred.
Wow. Do we need to be who are the natives?
I mean,
What's it inhabited by?
would there be any common knowledge about that?
Sorry, DM question.
Yes,
I've
sorry.
literally zoned out. No, it's all right. Natives common knowledge. No, there's been rumors floating around for a few years that there's been an attempt to have a dwarven settlement re-established here. That's only been rumors. You've never heard it confirmed or affirmed in either way.
Well, there's been rumors about some of the dwarven families that remained after the ruination that have been trying to settle here, and I guess Finney is looking to get a supply line of ore from this place. Seems to suggest that that might actually be the case, be it gnomes or dwarves. I don't expect many other racial folk to really go that route. But we'll have to see for ourselves.
Okay, well, I'll let you do most of the dealings then, since it's your kin.
Very well. First we have to find them though. Now that we're on the island, are there any more details to be seen about the magical? Okay.
as you just look through your lens quickly at the rock face itself, all of the west side of this mountain is just covered in this green shimmer. And as you sort of don't even need it to magnify inwards, you can just see like every part of this rock is giving tints of green. Some of it's faint, some of it's strong. You get that there's some magical affinity with the type of rock this is. To describe your current setting, you find yourself on this shell pebbled beach. You have a couple of palm trees jettisoning out at peculiar angles, some felled, some naturally, some twisted unnaturally. You can see there's little evidence of life or natural animals in this environment. The beach is noticeable with the rock faces as you approach. You can see tide markings and high tide, low tide, and exposed smooth edges all the way around the exterior of this cliff face that protrudes and stands towering over you. You can look vertically and still can't even see over this particular rock boulder that you're standing close to. You have at least 20, 30 feet of this pebble dashed beach between you and the sea and this rock face, but you realize there's sort of two choices before you. You can go left and head west, or go right and head east.
Which way is the shimmering rock face, or is it completely?
That is the rock that is now in front of you. You're
Um.
just on the edge of the west facing here. You're at the southwest, basically.
Mm-hmm. I will move towards the rock face, and I will first just try to touch it.
It's cold, wet, rigid.
Do I?
Almost feels like a little bit, almost like it's warming to your touch.
Is this sort of stonework that I would recognize from somewhere? If it can
It
even be
looks.
called stonework.
You can make an investigation check with advantage.
15.
On a 15, now that you're this close to it, it looks smooth and masoned. But now that you realize it, there's not a tool mark anywhere, and there's full of imperfections. You realize this has been naturally smooth. There's no hand carving. There's nothing has impeded on the natural formation of this rock.
Oi, pointy-eared.
Mm.
Looking at Ariel.
What? That's not the nicest way to address me.
I'm still a dwarf. Do you know of any magic that might be on this rock face? Because it's clearly, as natural as it looks, it's clearly not natural.
Well,
You
I
can make a
think
nature
if
check if
we
you want to investigate the rock.
me nature,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or
You're talking
an
about
arcana
me.
roll. Or an arcana roll.
It would be the same, still -1. So
Okay.
16.
16. There's this a faint, and it's really faint, sense of familiarity of this kind of rock. Like it reminds you of some places from home.
Okay.
But that's like it, really. I wouldn't sit there and say your geologist in level of
Yeah.
knowledge is particularly the highest, but you get the sense that there is some magical affinity to this type of rock.
There's some magical. It has like a magical aura of some kind. My assumption would be that this is what they make the alloy out of, right? Like we're here for the alloy.
What, just a plain rock?
Alloy is
Hmm.
a rock and metal.
Is
So,
galvanium
yeah.
something that would be common knowledge among dwarves?
I don't know. Do you think you will have heard of galvanium before?
I don't know what the normal ores would be. I don't. Being stationed at the mountains, probably not, unless it's a commonly used material in what used to be the Dwarven Empire.
Rather than have you roll on this, this is more of a you are around. You get the sense this is probably like a modern discovery.
Right, so when I read that term when Phineas gave me the note, that didn't ring a bell. Cool.
It was an instruction, not one that you particularly. You understood. I'm here to obtain this in large quantities.
Yeah, but reading the
Don't know
word
what it is.
Galvanium, right, okay. Well, we can go either left or right. What was that saying again, Foldred?
Don't get him started.
Well, I mean, left or right? Left.
Is always right.
Is there anything noticeable on the beaches going either way that would indicate anything?
No, you would just know that you would be going round into a colder climate, snow, on if you went right, whereas it looks tropical, facing the sun in the west, which is confusing.
Yeah, you would think going right, which is the south face, would be warmer. Well, I prefer a slightly higher temperature, so I guess left it is.
I'll lead the way.
Very well.
After several hours, as the sun begins its descent in the sky, rapidly approaching evening, the party ventures forth, stumbling across various parts of the shale beach. The tide going out, receding, revealing more of this land, this beach extending out into the ocean. Feet after feet after feet, as more uncovered land sprawls out before you as you look out. The calm, salty air fills your lungs, but with your cloaks. As I would expressly note at this point, you realize, having been swimming, having been turned frozen, your cloaks are bone dry and always have been throughout this venture so far.
Nice
This
clothes.
is
You
I'd
express, sorry.
I've known soldiers who would trade their one of their limbs for one of these.
I'll admit, while it's not as, well, discreet and camouflaging as my normal cloak, it sure does a good job of keeping me warm.
Oh, didn't get wet. Keeps us warm enough. What do you think we're going to say when we meet the whoever lives here?
Well, considering Phineas needs a supply of 200 tons of galvanium alloy from a contact he knows, I expect it to be at least quite the operation going on here.
Is there, or are we here just to help it get established?
Your guess is as good as mine.
And with that, I'm gonna need you to make a survival roll, please.
An 8.
You continue on. It's dawning on you that though the land is revealing itself out of the ocean, there's no thick, dense of trees or woods. There's no buildings coming into sight. To you, Torbrun. That makes sense. Dwarves don't build above ground. Though it's a little unsettling that there's not even a signpost. And at that moment, you realize you need to start looking for signs. And you can either continue making survival rolls, or you can notify your party and start making group investigation checks.
I will first make another survival roll.
Okay.
19.
On a 19. This time, looking for any indication of signs of life, basically. On a 19, as you come around the corner, you see a naturally made cove in the side of this rock face. The cove itself is more like an indent into the rock, though the water doesn't seem to come up particularly close to this recession in the face. You can see with a 19 evidence of what looks like tracks that have attempted to be hidden. Very close to the face that is in the middle of this recess of this mountain.
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
I think I might be onto something.
What?
I know there's this cove here, and brushing away at some of the semi-hidden tracks, like these could be tracks, though I assume it's hard to identify what kind of tracks they would be.
19 was the DC. Just realized that's been not naturally displaced. You've deduced that someone has attempted to cover up, and they've done a good job stopping you from saying that's a size 3, a 5-foot individual wearing heavy metal shoes. You don't know. You can't extract that information out of it.
Okay.
But you've spotted them.
There's not enough trees around here for these branches to be lying here. These were put here.
Huh.
This cove might actually hold something, be it human or animal. Though we've seen neither, so it could really be anything. So we have two options. We can either continue down the beach for a more civilized option, which we might never find, or we try our luck in this kind of dark cove. But
I'm going to follow your lead, like I said. You know better than I do.
well, you want to go first, or shall I go?
Oh,
barrel first.
Oh, you could just put Pebble in there.
Not a bad idea. Sure, I will. I'll put
So
Pebble
just
out.
to express, the mouth of this cove is about 100 feet wide, maybe
Oh, that's not
200
small.
feet deep. For example, I'm trying to describe a split in the rock that comes back to the surface. Like if you just planted in the sand a large cylindrical column, you would create an indentation. That's what it's almost like in this cove. I'm not trying to invoke images of open top floor with a cave and a cavern. It's just this is a indent into the rock face itself.
Right. So it's like a huge steel ball was indented on the side.
Yeah, it's like if you just took a couple of Minecraft bits out and then it was just naturally eroded away to be concave.
Right. But there's still just normal rock surface on the end of it.
Yes, and that's about 100 feet deep away from you.
I see.
It's a really peculiar formation.
I will grab my arcane lens to see if there's any Anything out of the ordinary that I can see through the lens.
Okay, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you look through the lens.
Constitution Oh, that's a nat one.
Natural one. You are blinded by the green that spews back at you at this wall. Takes a minute as you flick your eyelids shut and close, and all you can see is just this circular lens that you've looked through. You just have this green burned onto your retina.
Oh,
Takes
that's
you
my
really
aiming eye. Oh, that's not good.
long.
Ooh, that's some intense magic going on here. Something is definitely amiss here. Now to find
Okay.
out what we actually can do
Could be
here.
smugglers. Could be smugglers, so be on your guard.
Could be magical alloy, could be anything.
Is the cove bright enough, or would we need to make light up with some torches or a lantern?
There's no closure, there's no roof to this, but you are secluded as you step into this 100 by 100 foot circle, effectively. You are sheltered from the wind. The sea begins to echo around you like an echo chamber that's created in here. Daylight is sufficient for now as the sun is beginning to set. You still feel comfortable in temperature. You have enough daylight, you feel, to explore the surfaces around here.
Well, this is as good a place as any to either make camp or find a way to move forward.
What time would it be at this point?
At this point, it's been a couple of hours. We are in evening, so we'll say 6 o'clock.
Might as well make camp. Don't like the prospect of traveling by night in a place I don't know. And if this is a good camping spot, I might as well set it up.
I will refrain from making a fire for now, seeing as this place was clearly visited before and attempted to hide that visit, even in such a secluded place. I'd rather not make our presence known too blatantly.
I can empathize with that. So, set up watches, as per always.
Let's see if we can deduce anything from either the center of this cove or the walls lining it.
You can make group investigation checks if you
11.
11, 4, 6.
18.
18 from Harry.
That's unexpected.
As Torbran is looking at his lens, carefully guarded this time. It's green, no, it's more green, it's slightly more green here. It's really intense there. It's more green here. You're just sort of going through and you're like tapping on the rock, feeling that warmness, the rock giving you back your warmth. Valdreth, what are you doing as you're investigating?
I'm just staring and squinting.
So Lothar, how about you?
Mostly looking for tracks, essentially, trying to deduce whether anybody else was around.
You come to the conclusion, apart from the ones that Torbran pointed out to you, there's no more tracks here. And Ariel, you just sort of casually just walking around the perimeter of this fanned out stretch, just feeling the warmth of this rock.
I think she'd also cast detect magic, but as a ritual, so it should take her time.
Sure. The entire surface for you just grows blue, but there is something that draws your attention in the dead center of this rock, right where Torbran looked. you see slightly more affinity with your detection spell. A large, rectangular, door-like shape, about 5 feet tall and 4 feet wide.
She's just gonna head over to it and be like, "Look, a door."
To everybody else, she's pointing at the rock face.
But she's going very decidedly towards it.
Ariel?
No, really, there's a door.
Like a rock door?
Like a magical door. Come on.
I'm told there used to be a time when magic wasn't as common and people just, you know. I wonder how people lived back then.
Players having played through it. And so, Ariel, as you sort of reach out your hand, you begin feeling around this square space, this rectangular space. As you press your hands onto it, you hear like a. There's no movement. Two dwarves, on the other hand, as you step on over, you immediately see glowing into sight, etched in an archway over where Ariel is stood. Dwarven runes that shimmer into existence. I presume
Only
you
you
can
can
both
see
speak
them.
Dwarven.
Mm-hmm.
Can anybody else speak
Yeah,
Dwarven and read Dwarven? You see the runes shimmer into life. You recognize them as Dwarven runes, but you can't read them, I believe. Unless you can read Dwarven. Okay. But they glow. Like, this door is bright. These runes are like stun spots. you really don't want to look at them. To the two dwarves. Dare deceivers delve deeper, is what it reads.
Dare deceivers delve deeper.
Okay, what's that supposed to mean?
Let me see if I can find a chapter in my book with that name.
She thumbed through nothing
yeah.
by that name.
You do know that book could just be giving you all sorts of misleading information or half-truths. Or could
Well,
not apply to us at all.
it protected the fire and told us not to go through the door.
And we did. And the
I
fire still
tried to
happened.
warn you.
Well, there's plenty of doors. Here's one now.
What's this supposed to mean?
I will stand in front of the door and just say, when the dwarves run low.
The door recedes and begins to open as it slides to the right and disappears into the mountain face. Glad you remembered that one. I thought we were going to be here a while.
I was like,
How'd you do that?
You have your fake culture. We have our dwarven culture.
Nice.
Do you head into the darkness, unlit depths below? You can see steps that lead down.
Knowing it's dwarven made, I will probably let my guard down a little bit, and I will gun sort of lowered in one hand at the side. Do I have a torch? I do have a torch. I will light a torch and I will start making my way inside. It's up to you if where you want
So
to
the
call
DM
the
has a
night.
quick question to the group here. I remember that Ariel figured out how to change her glamour and remove what Gleeballs cast upon you.
Yeah.
The rest of you are still glammed up, yes?
Yeah.
I believed so. Yeah.
For the first time in days, Torbran shimmers, and just the back of him returns to his original self as you recognize him as he steps into this room.
Lothar looks at his arms. I'm pretty sure to no effect, because I'm pretty sure the armor didn't change, but you know. So, Ariel, what does that mean?
What does what mean?
Look at Torbran.
What's with me?
Oh,
You look like yourself again.
Don't I always?
No,
yeah,
you
but
don't.
remember the glam?
Oh! Do I see
Whatever
it?
Gleeball
Do I
said.
see it on myself as well?
You look down, you are as you remember your original hands to be.
I am never leaving this place again. Yeah!
I'll take a step.
Oh, I missed you.
Voldreth shimmers, and the old aching form of the dwarf that you had sort of forgotten about as you've known him longer in his glamoured state than otherwise reveals itself once more.
Cool.
And Torbran, this time as you're looking backwards now, you watch as Voldreth just materializes before you, basically, as the glamour is lifted.
Ooh, I don't know which I
Oh,
prefer.
God, I'm so old again. Only a mistake.
You were always old.
This will be
I'm
pretty.
young at heart.
This will be kind of weird to explain to Phineas, but it does give us an opportunity to, get our stories straight. At least in here.
What stories? About what?
About what we're trying to do here. I mean, we did look completely different until a minute ago.
You told him this when you
You
met.
three.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we did fill in
we
Phineas a
did.
little, not
We
on
did fill the-
everything. I
we
will.
did fill the man in.
Phineas knows you are who you say you are because he will have gone through checks and been like, look, you don't look like Torbran. Only
Okay,
Torbran will know
okay.
that you are Torbran, right? And trusts you. Though he's never seen the three of your original appearances, but he knows what
Fair.
Torbran looks like.
Fair.
I
To
will.
everybody else, you just got the freest witness protection act that you've ever seen.
I will take a step outside again and see if I change back.
You are still Torbran.
We are free. Ooh, I
Aeok
should keep my
leveled
voice
the
down.
spelling charm on this door, which beats the glam that was put upon you.
Well, as much as I like looking like myself. Giebels thought about this, didn't he?
What?
Because Pope Varney, first and last of his name, only actually saw us with his glam. So, with us looking like this, as long as
That is true.
we don't run into our own selves.
Which name did you give up when we went there?
Hmm?
I have a lot of stuff to listen back to if you don't know.
Which name did you sign off and introduce yourself with to Pope Varney?
Because I
Oh,
think this might
wasn't
be a post-session conversation. We will
Yeah.
quickly wrap this one up.
it
I
wasn't
gave him the name Volty Smellies.
well.
I have a
I
question.
said
Does Lothar have hair still? Or again, I should say. Or is it
Well, he's
still
not
bald?
gone in yet, but I will assume
Okay.
if the entire party wishes
Yeah,
to
we
go
all
in,
go through. I'm
a
curious if it affects my own
clean-shaven,
glamour.
Sir Lothar materializes before you
Okay.
with a slight stubble on his head.
This is probably the worst version of Lothar so far. I love it.
Ariel,
Yeah.
your true form is revealed.
Ooh. This is some strong stuff.
8th level.
Yeah.
So
You've
you're
got two choices. We can either describe you now, or we can describe you next session. What do you want to do?
I literally look like my picture. Not the picture on in the avatars, the one, this one. This is my picture. I'll show you guys the art.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it in art.
so why
I
blue?
marked it. It doesn't really matter, does it?
It's funny enough. All Fae from the stories were either blue or green. Turns out fairy tales can be right about some things sometimes.
As you begin the descent down these steps, Torbjorn, I assume, leaving the way.
Yeah, with the torch, even though I realized Ariel can just do light. Fancy
You
light.
immediately recognize.
But she's not gonna like. I'm gonna try to pick any disguise if it's possible. I'm gonna try.
As you try to change, you feel there's something stopping you.
No,
Like you
man.
don't even get to begin to morph. It's like you're
Mhm.
applying pressure, forcing something, and then just like equal pressure is meeting you and resisting.
Mhm. Wow.
As you continue descending, you realize this is a dwarven staircase. It's 10 steps down, turn right again, 10 steps down, turn right again.
Mhm.
And this keeps going down and 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 down
Oh my God.
until eventually you are met with a door. There is a sconce hanging on the wall, unlit, the side of this door. No runes, no handle. A door made almost, well, in fact, you realize it's made out of this very stonework itself, just as the front door outside was.
I will try to open the door.
There's no handle. How do you try and open it?
I will knock on the door.
As you knock, you hear on the other side a hollow ring with each knock. No reply.
This place is surprisingly empty. Think this might be from before the fall or a new outpost of some sort.
The sconce on the door or the wall next to it, is that like a torch type sconce?
Yeah.
I'll try to light it with my torch.
As you light it, the door creaks and slides into the wall, creating another entrance. Immediately, the first thing you hear is the sound of running water and pickaxes on stone. And the light as you look through, as you step forward onto what is a small, what you realize to be wooden crafted platform. You are overlooking a great vertical depth below you. As you can see, you're observing, whilst being in a strip mine, delving into the darkness below, with torches, hundreds to the naked eye. As you can see, many individuals scattered out through this surprisingly hollowed out mountain route. As Torbjorn and Voljath, for the first time in a long time, it starts to feel a little bit like home.
Well,
And I think we will leave it there.
you
Unless you
wanted
have a final word to say.
New Eartha. I guess we got close enough.
Oh,
I bring out the
Everything.
pickaxe from the.
Yeah, of course you
area.
bring it. All right, I'll stop
Nice.
recording.
Nice.
I will too.